Welcome back to the Average Bro shows you D-Gens. The Browns make it, the Rams make it, the Bucks get destroyed. We're going to recap the playoffs. We're going to move on to the divisional round, and we'll talk about the national championship a little bit and the coaching cruisel. Let's get it. All right, boys. It's Tuesday, January 12th. We had an absolute massive week. I don't know how to feel right now coming off of the national championship, but also seeing the Browns win. I don't know what I wanted to happen. I've been getting this question thrown at me many times. I don't know what I wanted to happen, but it was a great week of football, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
definitely.
Fantastic.
Great week
Lots
of
of games.
football.
Lots of big teams playing. Good comp. Good comp. Good comp.
Fantastic.
I think altogether wild card weekend's always the best just because you get the full amount of playoff games, and then it just happened to be the national championship on Monday. It was a great, great week. The Browns, I mean, fuck. I don't know if it was more the Steelers giving it to us or the Browns actually being a real good football team, but we're about to find out how good they are.
Should we start with that one, or do you want to start with?
No. Let's start down the line.
Okay.
So we'll start
Morning.
on Saturday morning.
Morning
Saturday
game.
morning.
Saturday morning, real early.
We have the Colts Bills. What could possibly, I don't think so, could possibly, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
Could be Phillips' last game. Could be.
Could be.
I don't know.
He played okay.
Except for that Hail Mary.
I mean,
I think they
that's
should have
not
won.
him. They should have won the game.
They should have won.
They came back.
Yeah.
Who fumbled at the end?
I don't know, but they didn't
Wasn't
count
it
it as a fumble.
It was Allen, wasn't it?
Oh.
Like right in the 50?
Then
No,
how
the
did
Colt-
it end? It was a receiver, I think.
The Colts threw it
Oh,
up.
the non-fumble, whatever they ruled.
Yeah,
but
they didn't
rule a
yeah,
fumble.
yeah. That was Colts
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, yeah.
Colts ball.
But yeah,
He threw a duck.
A fucking duck.
But he got them back in the game.
No, he did, but all year, Jacoby's been the Hail Mary guy. In case you didn't know that. Jacoby throws their Hail Marys.
it was strange.
Oh, like you got to put in the
Couldn't
cannon.
get it there. Couldn't get
gotta-
it there.
Dude, he left it 5-10 yards short.
They did that with Andrew Luck too, though.
Yeah, but
He's always been the cannon.
It's a strange situation though because they've been putting Jacoby Brissett in pretty unapologetically like throughout the season. It's just weird.
And Jacoby got rejected on the goal line. What was that 2-point conversion?
Yeah, I don't know if they lost faith in him or confidence, but he was going in on weird plays throughout
Fucking
the whole year.
Weird ass place.
So it was strange to see that they didn't put him in on a Hail Mary situation when like that definitely
it's
was.
your season. Your season's on the fucking line.
Yeah, that was
I think
his.
they were rolled over. They were like a dead dog. They didn't want to win that game. They didn't want to play next week.
Just
No.
That's a fucking horrible attempt.
No.
If you know that guy cannot throw 50 yards, and then you go, all right, Hail Mary,
Is
like,
Paul?
you're done.
You know what it is? It's the sheer like mathematics behind it. Is his sidearm delivery actually can't go past 55 yards
No, or else
because
it's gonna
of
fucking
the
break.
low
He
trajectory.
does like a shot put.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
like he's
I
like
don't
a
like it.
shortstop. He's a shortstop on a ground ball. Just let
Dude.
it fly.
I've always said this for the longest time. It is the most crazy and mesmerizing thing to me that Philly Dilly, as I
Philly
call him.
Dilly.
I always want to call him Philly
Yeah.
Dilly, and then I realize people don't understand. Philly
Philly
Dilly is
Dilly.
Philip Rivers.
I always think you're talking about the Eagles. Every time.
Philly Dilly is Philly
Can't get it out
Dilly.
of my head. I'm like, fucking Eagles.
I used to fucking always say it because Philly Dilly feeling like 3.5 milli was my thing, what I would say when he was killing it with the Chargers. So even when I said it back then, I knew he wasn't 3.5 milli. I did.
No.
It just got me kind of jazzed up, and having Charger fans around me, I was trying to get him going. But I know that he's worth about $10. So, but he is a wild card. I don't know what to think about him, and I think this may be it for him. I want to see him have one more year.
I'd like to see him as a backup somewhere.
No,
Holding a clipboard with a hat.
We'll get into it.
And then transition into coach, like putting him to pasture. Kind of like what happened with Romo.
Yeah.
You know, a nice little transition.
Romo,
Tony Romo had
but-
5 more years.
by the way,
Oh, he could play right now.
you think?
Dude, some guy ripped him when Tom Brady was playing Washington. He's like, you know, Tony, he's 43 and you're 40. And he's like, thanks, Jim. Like, he knows he has gas.
That's a good combination, dude. They called the. We'll get into that game, but they called the game at the same time that Cartoon Network was calling the game, and I'm like,
yeah.
what do you want to watch, the child version or the absolute like
Yeah, it's a
beyond
pass
your
down the
brain
field.
version?
Yeah, I never transferred. But that game, I think the Bills skated away with one. They can't stop the run. They have no pass rush.
They look vulnerable.
They look like they're going to lose.
Here's where You already no. We'll wait till to get
Yeah,
into the future
yeah.
matchups. Let's
Next game.
just
The
get
next
get
game.
on to it.
Next recap.
They did
Rams
it.
Seahawks.
They did it.
Boom, baby.
Even though John Wolford is dead.
The Birds suck. You heard it here first, Seattle. Birds suck. Have fun with the
They
division
won
title.
the division, right?
Yeah, have fun with that title.
That
We're in the
hurts.
playoffs, baby. We're still in.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It was definitely a
Embarrassing.
defensive
Embarrassing.
battle. Aaron Donald. How
the
did he
Grizzly
get
Bear.
hurt?
He
He
hurt
just got
himself.
sat on,
Called
right?
Russell
Yeah,
Wilson
he hurt
gained a little
himself.
too much weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Aaron
mean,
Donald could only hurt himself.
so dominant though. Their defense looks so good, man. They were number
And
one
dude,
in the league.
I'm excited because they mic'd up Aaron Donald for that game.
Oh my
And
god.
they
He's
showed-
gonna be talking
They
so much
showed
shit.
they showed like a little clip of it, and it's like, "Hey, come see me, number 3. I just want to say hi to you, number 3." Like as he's fucking sacking him, and
Now,
Dude,
did
he
you
had-
guys feel good about that win though? Like, is this
no, I still saw a
you
lot
feel
of holes.
confident?
I saw a lot of
Boom,
holes.
They
Forward.
played really bad. Russ overthrew DK Metcalf 5 times.
Yeah.
They should have thrown him every play. I
But like
don't
we
know
said,
what they were
our
thinking.
defense is still the best defense.
Yeah.
I will still
If-
hands on say
If
that.
teams get in their own way and make stupid mistakes, we'll win the game.
Yeah.
As long as Goff
Somewhat figures it out.
doesn't turn the ball
Rams do a good job of almost playing like the Bears do.
over. Yeah.
Like, it's better to just not have your offense on the field.
Yeah.
Like, kick the ball on third so that you know your
Yeah.
defense has more time to get a pick six,
catch
a
him off guard.
turnover.
Catch him
Yeah.
off guard. I'm punting on third.
And
pin you on
also,
10.
what helps too is that Cam Akers is finally like a factor. Because
Yeah.
now it's just okay.
I
It's,
think
it's
he-
just Jared Goff. It's just these little bootlegs that they always do.
What-
I think
Whitworth
he
is
was
back,
always
too.
Yeah.
Cam Akers looked good the last back half of the season.
Oh, absolutely.
Rams hard.
He's.
Yeah.
I would not want to meet that.
He's a future great player. I wouldn't say like Hall
Yeah,
of
I'm like,
Famer
where are you
or
going
anything.
with that?
No,
Probably
he's
got
a, he's a
3 good
future
years.
great player. Where is he from? Florida State or something?
Yeah. some
Don't
shit
worry,
he's
he'll
cool.
get arthritis like fucking
I
Gurley.
know.
He had 28 carries, 131 yards,
Jesus
and a
Christ.
tubby. And then the Seahawks finally did get the ball to DK Metcalf, which it's kind of weird because
Which on a play that was just blown.
Yeah.
he had 5 receptions for 96 yards and 2 TDs. For the most part,
Only one of those was legit.
with the Seahawks, when DK had a good game, which I'd consider that a good game,
After he cried on the sidelines.
Yeah,
he
cussed
he
out
was
Russ.
asking for it. But you
Fucking
got to.
loser.
Dude, there's a lot of. Listen, I am by no means a Seahawks fan. I watched the Seahawks a lot this year, and they screwed me over every time. Whether I bet for them or against them, I always lost every single one. I didn't understand. There was games where they just forgot that they had him, and it wasn't like he wasn't open.
That game, they forgot they had him. He was open
Oh,
80% of the
That's
time.
what I mean, though.
Wide
He
open.
has to get in their face on the sideline and be like, "Dude, what the fuck?" He should start doing that
yeah. but
twice a game.
We have to make sure that Green Bay does the same thing this week with Devontae.
Devontae.
Yeah, Devonta.
Kind of similar players. I had a debate with one of my friends this week. Do you guys think DK Metcalf? These guys are the same age. DK Metcalf or AJ Brown is a better receiver. Same age.
They
Depends
played
who
at the same school together.
Depends who your quarterback
Yeah. Who
is.
do you think's a better receiver?
Depends who your quarterback is.
Yeah, I would take DK all day.
Okay.
AJ,
If it's the
AJ
Russell,
Brown's
if
no
it's
slump.
the Russell DK, then I'm taking that 100%.
But see, I mean, AJ, I think personally, like altogether, count every game, looked better than DK did this year. And would you not say Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Tannehill? And Tannehill's good.
Tannehill's
I'm not.
good. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
but Russ tries to run around, extend plays.
Russ tries to do way too much. But when he does run around and try to make plays, we saw what
I
happened
mean,
there.
besides Corey Davis, there's no other wide receiver on the Titans. Like, he has no other option to throw to.
Yeah, I mean, Jonnu
Yeah.
Smith is good.
The tight end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but
But good.
he
you
catches
would-
the
you
ball a
wouldn't-
lot.
You wouldn't put him up as like
But-
a good elite.
None of them are as good as Tyler Lockett.
yeah, I mean, there's very few NFL teams that have 3 just stacked.
No, but
receivers.
I would take Metcalf all day. over
Yeah,
that.
he's just a fucking freak, dude.
Okay, well, I would like to see him get more action next year. It's kind of.
I don't think he
I don't
will.
like the Seahawks, and I'm glad their season's over. I'm just a little sad. Like, what happened to
Welcome.
them so quick?
They fucked themselves. They did what the Rams usually do. They fucked themselves.
Okay, but the Rams moving forward, they're
Yee.
gonna need
Yee.
a pick six, at least one
Fucking miracle.
pick six next week. At least one pick
And
six.
a block punt. Or like a special team.
Something
And-
weird.
And Jared Goff get a new thumb.
They need a Browns version of the Steelers game.
Easy. Don't
1,000%.
That's what they need. Maybe a snap over the head to start the game. Some momentum has to be going their way
The whole
to
game.
beat
The entire game.
Aaron
We don't need
Rodgers.
5 turnovers. 2. I say if we get 2 and don't have any, we're good.
Maybe you'll just see Jared Goff of the year that they made the run.
Just give
enough
that
to
up.
get it
Give
done.
it up. Give it up. Don't
Maybe
do
you'll
that
see
to
it.
yourself. That's way.
You guys
Don't
think-
put your ceiling way too
Do you think
fucking
his
high.
thumb was an issue?
Do I think Santa Claus is real?
No, was his thumb an issue? Was his thumb an issue? Really?
Oh my God, he can barely throw already.
Bro, they just,
I know,
They
so
did a
was-
comparison. They did a comparison. It's like he had a fucking balloon on his.
He went
thumb.
9 for 19 in 50 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
He's dog shit.
Let's just. I don't want to talk.
All right,
about that.
we're gonna get to them anyways
Fuck
because
that guy.
they have
Yeah, fuck
obviously
that guy.
they moved on. So next game, Bucks, Washington.
Tom Brady.
Didn't look good.
The
Heineke
kid
looked good.
Heineke just got himself a backup role.
Played a
this year.
game. Played a game.
Okay, but
Played his ass off.
here's where I tend to get a little hesitant. Like I believe it was Dungy. Tony Dungy was calling that game. They get a little carried away on this. Like they're like saying like he deserves a contract and all
What?
this stuff. Heineke, I'm like, wait, listen. Everyone gets caught up in the emotion in the game. Heineke is
Dude,
not going to
You know
start.
how much adrenaline was in his body.
Yeah. Splash in the pan, baby.
Yeah.
He will never
Once in a lifetime.
start as a regular quarterback in the NFL, but he just did
He did everything
spectacular
he did
things
everything
for
he could.
himself because he just got a backup role in the NFL, which I would argue is better than a starting job.
Dude.
Backup quarterback may be the best job in the world.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
relief pitcher.
He took his shot. That's for
Oh.
sure. He didn't let his moment.
He
go to
knew.
waste.
He knew it was ahead of him.
And when you sell out on the goal line
Dude.
and you get everyone, you earn your teammates'
Fuck
respect.
yeah.
When you get the respect, that goes.
You know
a
what was
long
that an
fucking
opposite
way.
move of? Mitchell Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky, which we'll
He
get to that
sucks
game,
ass.
lost every piece of respect I had for that guy. Taylor Heineke would be the opposite of a Mitchell Trubisky. He came out,
That
he did
fucking
good,
Man,
but the Bucks showed just by
there's
their
holes.
offense,
There's holes.
they have holes, especially on defense. But their offense and their three receivers, their core three,
Oh God,
they can beat anyone.
it's a Madden cheat code.
They can really beat anyone. I don't know how you bet against them moving
Them
forward.
or Tom.
I don't know, especially when they're underdogs, which we'll talk about. But I like Tom Brady. I like how Antonio Brown's getting involved in the offense,
Which is scary.
that like
Which
a,
is scary.
a ton.
If you can mix that in.
He's unreal.
They
You can't guard him.
no.
Can't guard him.
biggest takeaway of the game, the line made Leonard Fournette look
Oh, like
Yeah.
he's a
like he could still
a
play.
new-
The left tackle dominated Chase Young.
Oh,
They didn't
Dominated.
do anything.
He
And
dominated.
Chase Young got
Chase
hurt
Young
too.
did nothing.
Didn't
yeah,
he get
he
hurt?
got dominated.
He got hurt though, or was,
No,
he, or
he
was,
played-
was he
No.
emotionally hurt? No,
He
the
played hard.
last couple drives though, he wasn't in on
Oh,
defense.
I think he was just tired. I always see them do that with DNs now. Like even Joey Bosa, if you watch the
I'm
Chargers,
like, come
Miles
on, you're,
Garrett does
fourth
that a lot.
quarter,
you're
they're
23 in a
always
playoff game. Come on now.
I think they're saving them or something. I don't know what it is. They
That
could
might
be
be
gas.
that might be the last time they make the playoff.
I think they do get gassed because when they get
I'm
towards
not
the
mad
end
at
of the
you.
game and it starts becoming like a pass every down
Yeah.
situation, and Tom Brady breaks your heart with how fast he gets the ball out of his hands,
Mhm.
it kills defensive
Man,
ends.
he has what?
Yeah.
When they're
6
going-
seconds to throw.
They're going balls to the walls to go get him, and he gets the ball out in 2 seconds. And you're like, wow, I just wasted my energy. And
Yeah,
then
I
the next
just
play does it
like
again.
Printed 10 yards in a 3-point stance. Now I got to run back, get set up again, and go again. Fuck that.
I just sprinted 18 times at Tom Brady, and he just hit Antonio Brown on a wheel route for fucking 2 seconds. The ball was in his hand.
Yeah, and he did that 13 times down the field. Fuck
That's
that.
what it was.
That's
By
like
the
running
way-
a pacer when you're in elementary school.
Is this
Kind
kind
of
of
doing a physical
that-
test.
They're with their
Beep.
racers.
Beep.
yeah.
Like fucking gonna pass out.
You're just waiting for the horn
For one extra credit
Yeah.
point.
Beep beep. Fuck yeah.
for a gold star.
Fucking made it.
You look back and you ran like a 6-minute mile, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
The teachers are fucking sleep, sitting on the bench.
He's drawing up plays. You know who we're talking about.
What do we got next? Saints Bears.
No.
Raves.
We're moving in. Last thing I want to say, weird stat: 22 and 40 for 381 yards. Tom Brady was.
22 for 40.
It's not that good.
181.
381 yards.
Oh.
That's what's weird. Is like
That's a lot of yards.
That's
he missed so many passes. He only completed 22, but he had
Weren't like-
381
weren't like
yards.
Chuba's touchdowns
I
like
bet that's a
40,
lot
50
of-
yards.
Yeah.
He had
No,
like
Antonio Brown was like 30.
it still all adds
Mike
up,
Evans
though.
didn't even score.
Godwin
Chris
had a long
Godwin.
one.
Oh, he had that crossing route.
Yeah.
What a
So it all
dime,
adds
dude.
up.
But all right, move on. Ravens Titans Sunday
Oh,
morning.
What
football.
a game. I love that game.
Oh,
Disappointment. I had the Titans. What
I had
the
the Ravens.
fuck, dude? I think that's really the MO of stopping the Titans is just stuff Derrick Henry.
Stop the king.
Oh, you stop
Shut
the
down the king.
run or something like that. You don't know what to do. You go into shambles. You go into panic mode.
That's their kryptonite.
What's on page 6 of our playbook? We have to start using that.
It's
Yeah.
their kryptonite is the fucking solid front four. If they play a solid front four
Yeah.
where like they get penetration, Derrick Henry just turns into a non-existent factor.
And Tannehill's not a good quarterback.
If he doesn't have a run game, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
a more of a
Because
play
then,
action.
then they worry about
Yeah,
the run.
You
and
can't rely on him to win you the game.
Fuck. No.
You have to have Derrick Henry have 200 yards and open
and then
it
the
up.
defense is worried about Henry only.
Yeah,
He-
and then AJ Brown is going to catch anything near him.
he is Baker Mayfield. They're one and the same. Where like if they
I
don't
like-
have a run game,
Baker.
they're
goes into
not
panic.
that great.
I like Baker more.
But they both feed off
No,
play
that's
action.
a good comparison. Though.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's a
do you
good
know
comparison.
which we'll get into it, like I said. But do you know the little point where the Steelers were like, "Oh God, are they going to come back?"
Mhm.
And Baker kind of was looking shaky.
Yeah.
It's because they weren't biting on the play action
I know.
anymore. They were just
They knew what they were doing.
they wouldn't let him get out of the pocket. They were doing so. Ryan Tannehill's one and the same. If you don't give him a running game,
Then
he's just not that good.
sayonara.
Yeah, he reminds me of Chad Henne. They're like the same guy in my head. Chad Henne, Tannehill, same guy.
Unathletic.
Fucking Phillip Rivers, Big
Nervous
Ben.
when nothing's
all-
going right.
Yeah, dinosaurs. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing back there? Give me a guy with some wheels.
Make it in 150 mil.
Yeah, I know. Fuck.
But-
probably.
Quick
Actually, I
stats.
bet not.
Lamar Jackson 300, over 300 total
What was his
purpose
rushing?
yards. He had 179 passing, 136 rushing, so he had 305 total.
He had balls. He must have taken a shit again. He felt great
Or 315 actually.
because he did
He
not
was
look
talking
good.
a lot of shit.
He did not look good.
When? In the game?
No, like the first quarter.
He fucking had a 50-yard touchdown.
No,
Pete.
but I'm saying
He
like,
can't
he
pass.
started- he
I
started-
think what
he
Pete's
looked
saying.
shaky.
Yeah.
He can't pass.
He
Bro,
can't
did you see his
pass.
first pass downfield? It was a fucking duck, and he underthrew it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the
Which
little-
may play into this next game, which is supposed to be a snow game.
Mm.
May just be a run fest. I don't know.
Mm.
It
But
is
could-
going to be a run.
Could he
fest,
be
for sure.
soft? Could he turn soft? Will his cleats not work like when they play the Browns? I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the Ravens. But they live to see another day. 2 AFC North teams live to see another day. Do you guys have any? Marquise Brown had 109 yards, by the way. Welcome back to the league.
Marquise Brown.
Hollywood
Hollywood
Brown.
Oh, yeah. What a kid. What a kid.
He
Comeback story.
last year, I
Feel
think
bad
last
for
year
him.
was his rookie year. He looked amazing. This year, he found out Lamar can't pass, and I think he kind of fell aside a little bit.
But he'll get you for a fucking 90-yard touchdown if you bet
Oh.
against him.
Yeah.
He will get you at the end of the game to fucking cover.
All right.
Every time.
I'm betting him first touchdown.
I'm doing
this week.
Gamecast,
That's not bad.
and I'm like,
I'll
oh,
take it. It's
third
probably
and-
fat
hey,
odds.
3rd and 23. 2 minutes left in the game.
Oh,
I'm
we're
covering.
fine. We're fine.
Yeah. 98-yard touchdown.
Done.
Hollywood
The
Brown.
fuck?
Fuck me.
Hey, Lamar has like 200 passing yards that day, and Hollywood has 180 reception yards.
Yeah. Off
It's
3
either-
catches.
It's either him or Andrews. That's only one. But I don't have much to say about that. Plus, we'll get into the Ravens in the next round. Bears and Saints.
Fucking shit fest.
Geez, oh God, man,
I-
the Bears just choose. They opted out of offense every year.
Bears offense sucks. Mitch sucks. Saints defense played fucking well.
Lights out.
Lights out.
Okay,
Like, strong defense.
against the Bears. Like the Bears don't want to play offense ever.
They can run, but once they can't run, they're done.
And
Mitchell's ass.
we're in it now.
Fucking
Mitchell.
horrible.
4th and 5 or whatever, and he runs out to the right,
No
and he's a
effort.
yard away from it, and he just
Turned.
steps out of
He
bounds.
turned out.
That, but let's not.
turned out.
And the drop touchdown pass.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Wims.
was-
That was
That was
expected.
the end. That was done.
That was the
When that
was the
happened-
beginning of the end.
Wims has saw his last day as a starting receiver. in
I
the
don't think
NFL.
he was in after that.
He,
Who was
he
that,
saw his
Sims?
last Wims.
Wims, that's his name.
I, don't,
Yeah,
I
Javon.
never,
I think his first name's Javon.
never saw him.
He's
after
the guy that who threw a punch at the Saints guy the game before.
Fucking
Last time
brawl.
they played
And he dropped a pass like
in the
that.
end zone. In the
That's
end zone.
embarrassing, bro.
But I don't have much to
It's
say
fucking
about the Bears.
embarrassing.
They're terrible. Saints, you guys got a first round bye. Good for you. It's just as good as a first seed because
Great practice game.
Drew Brees doesn't look good.
tell me how the Bears
Doesn't look good.
like the Redskins deserved it more than the Bears, but the Bears kind of slid in there like unapologetically. No one said anything about it. Everyone was
No.
giving Washington shit because they were 7-9. Washington was a better football team than the Chicago Bears,
Oh, I would take
Bears
Washington. I would take Washington in a heartbeat in that matchup.
and they're going to keep Matt Nagy, which is incredible. They just had a coach that quit today, I think, or got fired, but
We'll
Nagy's staying. So
I don't
Bears will be the same thing next year. 8-8, may sneak into the playoffs, may
know.
not.
Great defense.
Hammered.
Good job, boys. Way to play defense. If David Montgomery can start running the ball, you have a fucking chance.
Mhm.
But as long as you have Mitch, you're dead in the water.
Rest in peace.
You're dead in the fucking water.
He's done. He's done.
We want Big
How
Dick
the
Nick.
fuck do you bring him back?
He's a backup.
Like, that run on 4th and 5 was embarrassing.
It's the opposite of what
Sad.
Heineke did. You just lost the
Heineke
respect
said,
of
"Fucking kill
all
me." I'm gonna.
your guys. You just lost all the respect of all your guys.
True.
Kamara had 98 yards. Drew Brees 265.
fear
He
him.
shouldn't be done.
I fear him.
But let's get to the most important game. The Brownies 48-37. Absolute fireworks show.
Game was over in the first play.
Literally, I fucking was cooking fish, or I don't know what the fuck we were cooking, and they fumbled the first play and scored.
Yep.
And I turned the game off.
It was
I
over.
said, that's it for me.
Well, I'm glad you
Fucking
guys felt a lot
Steelers.
better about that because I shit my pants all the way until about 3 minutes left in the game because it was
When-
not over. The Steelers came back down by 13 with 2 minutes in the third quarter, and the Browns hadn't scored yet in the third quarter, and I was like, we're going to lose.
And then
Here it is.
Big
the
Ben,
laughing
Big
stock
Ben
of the
threw his fourth pick.
The
and
game the
over.
Browns played is exactly the game I thought Ohio State was going to play. And the game Ohio State played is the exact game I thought the fucking Browns were going to play. I had it reversed.
Just two total.
I had it
opposites.
fucking
The
reversed.
Browns did play an Ohio State game, like force a bunch of turnovers, just make shit happen.
Crazy shit you need to win.
But we needed that to happen to beat the Steelers. But now we need to somehow roll a
Take-
7 twice
Yeah.
and do it against the Chiefs.
Are the
I
dice gonna
can't-
be hot?
I don't even understand how they came within 11 with 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Like 5 fucking
That's
turnovers.
what you're saying. It was
You should
Baker.
win the game by 35 fucking
When-
points.
It's what we were talking about.
Good thing that Juju said what he said
Yeah.
because why do they like pouring fuel in the flames? Like
Sammy Watkins said
Is
it
he a
already too.
fucking idiot.
he must be.
He's
He's
a
arrogant
dumbass.
now.
His TikTok
Which is sad because
dances.
at the beginning of or the end of last year, I was such a Juju fan.
I am.
They were Antonio Brown was talking a bunch of shit on Juju. He was getting he had a bunch
Oh,
of people getting
lots of
ripping
shit.
him, and he didn't say a word.
Oh, did you see Antonio Brown on LeBron's show? When they're like in a barbershop
Oh,
and they
God.
all talk like kind of like this.
Yeah, no, I've seen that show. I
And-
didn't see that one.
Antonio Brown's like, Big Ben's the kind of guy that fucking blames everybody. I come back to the huddle. He's like, you need to run a better route. How the fuck am I supposed to run a better route if you hit the D lineman? The fucking D lineman picked it off. How's that my route?
How was that my fault?
Was
That's
that recently? Because that happened.
That was
That's-
that was last year, and then he fucking
Did
threw
it
a pick
again?
to the D
Oh,
lineman. And Antonio
shit.
Brown's like,
Huh?
I'm not lying.
Hey, you know who he threw a pick to? A guy who fucking blends his meals.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Porter Gustin. He used to play for
Oh, I love that guy.
USC.
He's on the
He
Browns?
throws steaks and like cucumbers and celery and shit in a blender. He blends it all up and he drinks his meals.
He's humongous, though.
It obviously works.
I should start.
He probably is like
Start blending all your
He's like
shit.
6'5". I could get taller.
I'm gonna go blend some in and out real quick.
he's not a huge fan of chewing probably. And he's like, my shit's not digesting. He probably had like the protein farts all the time. He's like, why? Like I can't digest my food. You know what? I'll just blend it.
He's on the go. He's on the go.
It's efficient.
I don't have time to cook
It's
my steak.
efficient.
I'm gonna blend it.
Yeah, why would I want to burn calories chewing if I could just have someone else chew my food for me?
Is he cooking the steak or is it a raw blend?
No,
of blood.
He
shit?
cooks everything.
I'm like,
Oh.
I had a friend in college who used to do that shit. He'd throw pork chops in there and blend his food, and I was like, it would be like pork chops and lettuce and
Oh
freaking.
my god.
This is a true
Guy's
story.
doing
Trevor's in the
fucking Fear
building,
Factor.
dude. I think it, and he was a specimen too, like built wise. So I think they're onto something. I'm gonna start
Blending.
looking into
Blend,
that.
blend nation.
I'm gonna start looking into that.
But back to Juju, I don't like him because he's on the Steelers. If he was on the fucking Rams, I would love him.
I think any player in the Rams you would like.
No, I'm just saying he's a hometown kid. Like I would love to
Oh,
cheer
yeah,
for
yeah.
him. And I think
Him and Bobby Tree is.
I
That'd
think
be
he
good.
will end up with us because I
With
think the
what
shit
picks
he's doing.
we can't
no,
trade anything.
I think the shit he's doing with the Steelers is only going to get worse,
so. They'll dump
and
him
they're going
for
to dump
dirt
him.
cheap.
They're gonna get rid of him, and he'll sign a contract with the Rams as like a second chance, time to grow up,
All right.
be a leader, kind of like Robert Woods.
And look how that's worked out.
It's done great, and I
He's
think
a free agent, right? You said.
Who?
I think Juju's a free agent.
He is a free agent?
Yeah.
Steelers will not re-sign him.
No.
There's no way.
They'll be like, you don't make enough on TikTok.
Mike
sorry.
Tomlin is old school. I don't see it happening. If it does, good for him. But I want you on the Rams, and I want you to be a leader on our team.
I believe that shit as far as like giving fuel to the fire. Like it's just not necessary. Either it works or it doesn't. But regardless, is like you're giving it an opportunity to happen. Just don't say anything.
No.
Yeah. Don't give that extra advantage.
Yeah, like
You're already playing.
and the Browns aren't dog shit. They can they put up points against. Literally the last 8 weeks. They're throwing up points like I don't even know what I'm watching.
Just shift into it.
I don't
then.
even
How do you
know
think
what
they're
I'm
gonna-
watching.
How do you think they're going to do against the Chiefs?
Yeah,
then?
let's jump right
All
into
right,
the playoffs.
let's jump into your guys' game first because it's the first one of the weekend.
Rams Green Bay.
Rams Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay minus 6.5 in an absolute 17-point game blowout. Like it was never close.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think they can do anything, but we talked about it. If they can get a pick six, maybe a special teams
Oh,
weird
yeah.
play,
They
they're
need,
in it.
They need something big.
They're in it. I just can't
Yeah.
bet for that to happen.
No.
You know.
If Donald plays,
You like it.
I
So
like
do
it. If Donald doesn't play,
It's been a great year.
we're fucked.
It was. I can't even say
Is
it's
that,
been
is
a
that
good year.
still a question? He finished the game last week, right?
I never came back in.
He didn't come back
He
in.
came back to the field.
All jazzed up, but he didn't play.
With
But
the
they wouldn't
with the
let him in.
150-pound quarterback falling on his chest, and he's like, "I'm done."
Oh my god!
Explosion alert. That is our first explosion on camera. We wanted to keep that a secret.
hold their fucking.
We wanted to keep that a secret and have a special episode for that. That was our first big explosion.
Opa!
Yeah. Welcome to the Average Bros Pinata.
Oh fuck!
Go Packers. Lambeau Field probably going to be a chilly one. Rams don't even know how to handle that. This is
Some
all
teams-
looking bad. This is all
It's
looking
just-
bad,
and
which
that's-
could be perfect.
And that's why it's going to be perfect.
Could be
Because
perfect.
they're rested. They think they're going to win. We have the
It'll be-
best corner in the fucking league.
It'll be a typical. Oh, I think we can steamroll them, and they come out flat.
Dude, people do not blow out the Rams.
No.
We play good defense. This will be a good fucking game.
And we just need Mr. Goffy Poo.
Yeah, he just can't play.
I know I said that I
He
like
just can't play.
the wild card the most, but as far as matchups wise, besides the Browns, but that's my team. So the 4 games are great. I mean,
these are
Baltimore, Buffalo
4
is a
good
coin flip. I think Tampa Bay, New Orleans is a coin flip. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, which is what New Orleans is trying to do.
That's
to
all
Tampa.
my brain is doing.
So
Can't beat a team 3
Go
times.
ahead.
Can't beat a team 3 times.
6.5. Who do you guys like in the Rams game?
I said it. If Donald plays, I got Rams. Donald doesn't play, you got to go the
And
other
I'm
way.
going vice versa, offense wise. If Goff plays well, I'm sticking with the Rams. If he doesn't, he's
How the
typical
Okay,
Goff.
fuck
so
are you
you're
gonna
going
bet
with the
that before the
Packers.
game?
All right,
you're
you're,
going to
Oh,
go
no,
in
I'm
a
just-
time machine and
It's
come
my
back?
team.
You're
I
going
gotta
with the
be a good fan.
Packers.
I gotta
Oh,
be a
so
fan.
you're going with the Rams.
I'm being a fan. I want the Rams.
Okay, I'm
no,
a fan
Pete's not
too.
gonna.
Let's go.
You can't bet against.
No,
them.
let's
I
go.
never bet against the Rams.
Wow, you're crazy. All right, I am too.
All right. On to the next. Baltimore, Buffalo. Snow game. Fucking Bills. Bring out the all red uniforms. Come on, baby. Like, there's nothing more appeasing to the eye when it's fucking all white. Looks like a winter wonderland, and they got the Power Ranger uniforms on.
And
Power Ranger uniform.
it's time to send Cinderella home. 12 o'clock. It's midnight, boys.
Where's the shoe?
No.
Josh Allen is making an exit.
No.
They are done.
Yeah,
The Ravens are going to probably rush for 300 total yards.
How many does Lamar have?
Wow.
120. He's going to run all over them.
All right. I like
Did you
that.
see the pass rush, the Colts, against the Colts? Phillip
Sure.
Rivers had 7 seconds to throw the ball every time. Now imagine Lamar, who all he wants to do is run, waits 7 seconds, everybody's gone. You
That could no.
got DBs
And
down the
he go.
field, D linemen's around him. Okay, 30 yards.
Bye.
I'll take
I
it.
beg to differ.
Take it.
When you don't do a pass rush on Lamar, he doesn't have a need to scramble out of the pocket,
No,
and
they,
then he'll throw it to the other team. Alone.
no, they are rushing 5 guys and they can't get pressure.
Did you see Lamar throw a punt? He threw a punt
He doesn't need
in the
to
first
throw.
quarter.
He's going to run.
But when they don't get the pass rush, they're gonna be like almost they're gonna have like 6 different QB spies.
You think they're spying? They're
QB
not.
spies.
They're rushing.
no,
They
I
just
know,
can't
but
get in.
they don't know better. They think they're trying to get in, but they're actually QB spying. They're not. See, this
Phillip
is
Rivers could have rushed for 200 yards.
Oh, easy.
Dude, Jonathan Taylor did.
this is where the
How many yards
Titans.
did Jonathan Taylor have?
This is where the
Jonathan
Titans
Taylor,
screwed up.
Phillip Rivers, though.
The Titans got
The
that.
running back did. So imagine if a quarterback that could fucking run.
I'm like, Philip can't run.
Joe, you're wrong.
Right.
You're wrong
Okay.
on this one.
All he can do is drink beer.
This is where the
I
Titans
was right
screwed
on the
up.
Ravens last week.
They pinned their ears back. The Titans, they got around the edge every time. With that, listen, the tackles for the Ravens are probably taught to let the guy go by you, push him to make sure that they get a few yards behind Lamar Jackson, and now you just have two fat interior linemen trying to contain Lamar Jackson. It's the perfect strategy.
And I will take Ravens.
They're not
2.5
doing that,
all
though.
day.
They're rushing 4 or 5 fucking guys. They can't get there. They're playing patty cake.
The Bills.
The Bills. I hyped up Ed Oliver. That's why I bet on the Bills. He looked like shit. He couldn't sack fucking Dinosaur Rivers.
Dinosaur.
The ghost of Bills Mafia will be in that stadium in the
The
snow.
guy that
I
tore his
fucking
ACL.
You'll hear the
Yeah.
echoes.
The guy that
and-
tore his ACL. Did you guys see that video?
Who?
Zach Moss isn't playing.
No,
Is that him?
the Bills Mafia in the parking lot. The guy tries to jump through a table, tore his ACL, didn't make it into the game.
Know how that feels.
How do you not make the into the game with torn ACL? Just fucking
Carry me.
Because his toe was touching his shoulder.
No,
so
it goes
lock your
back.
ass in the fucking
It goes
stadium.
back, Pete.
His leg was like that. It was
It goes back.
What's already been done's done. Yeah,
Just
he
pull
must
it.
have shattered his knee bone.
okay. Well, then fuck you guys. He didn't make it into the game. He hurt
Take
his
a
leg.
he,
Say he broke it.
He broke his leg.
Torn ACL, that's bullshit.
somebody
in the
get
game.
that guy a cortisone shot and get him in the game. We needed him. See that one less fan. That's why they looked a little shaky.
That was it.
You didn't get that guy in the top left corner.
He was a fatso.
All right, so we're going different ways. I got Ravens.
I
got
love
Bills.
Ravens 2.5.
You love it too?
2.5. I love it.
Oh my God, we're twins right now. We're twinning.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose.
I got the I got the Bills by 4.
Huh?
By 4.
-4?
No, it's -2.5. I got the Bills winning by 4.
Oh,
Okay.
So
that's like plus 400. Ask your bookie.
final score 27-23.
Ooh, if that happens, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
I'm just gonna go.
Someone have
I'm just
2.5.
gonna go. Ravens win. Ravens cover.
Lamar Jackson 3
Ravens.
picks.
That's my prediction.
I hope he doesn't throw the ball more than 3 times.
All 3. He's 0 for 6 with 5 picks.
I hope he throws 2 times. And
When
rushes.
When he threw that punt, I was like, he can't be a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Oh, I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl.
I know your dad begs a different. He thinks that they're
Don't
going
believe
all the
that.
way, 16-1. He's like, I've got it, 9-1, 16-1. I'm like, Joe, you're done. You're done. All right, next one, Cleveland, Kansas City, the biggest game of the week. Duh.
Let's hear it, big dog.
Yikes. Yikes. I mean, we made it this far. That's all that matters. I said I just wanted us to go in the playoffs. We won a playoff game first time since I've been alive. 1994. I was born in 1995. This season's over. We won the Super Bowl already. Now
Now you lose by 25.
yes.
I think you're saying that, but you want them to win.
Yes.
You
duh.
think they're gonna win?
No.
Don't lie.
No.
You thought after that game,
Joe,
you're
don't
like,
try to
we have
talk
a-
me out of
No,
it.
You're like, we have a shot.
I set myself up for disappointment on purpose, but this one's real. This one's real. They have 0%. Unless all of their DBs come back, even Greedy Williams, who
Unless
hasn't even
everything-
stepped on the field yet this year.
Well, he's really good.
No one
He
can
is a
guard.
lot.
No
He
one
is a
can
lot.
guard Tyreek Hill. Our best defensive player, who didn't play last week, Denzel Ward. I mean, he's, I think, top 3 DBs in the league, but he's not fast.
Do you think it's a blowout?
What?
Do you think it's a blowout?
They haven't
Mm.
blown out anybody all year though.
I know, but just
2 touchdowns.
okay.
2 touchdowns. But I'm taking the Browns. I think I'll lose that one, but
If it's a 10.5, I like the 10.5, but
it's
I-
10.5.
I think
In the pick 'em,
everybody's
too.
gonna take Cleveland plus 10 after last week. So the only way for me
I think that's
to
a
come
50.
back in the pick'em is to go Kansas City.
I think that's a 50-50. I think a lot of people are going to jump on Kansas City because they're Kansas City. I mean, the Browns still get labeled as the Browns, especially if your name's Juju Smith.
Yeah,
so
they beat Pittsburgh by 2 scores.
uh,
A lot of people
took
are
a
gonna just
lot
look
for
at
that to happen.
But a lot of people didn't watch that game. Like me, if I would have went back and looked, I'd be like, "Oh, damn, they won by 11." Like, wow, they played fucking good.
they didn't cover.
They didn't cover.
Best case
Lost by
scenario, it's an absolute blizzard, and Patrick Mahomes gets the ball taken out of his hand because it's -5 below, and there's so much snow coming down that he can't even throw the ball, so they have to run the ball every play, and then it becomes Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt versus
Whoever.
Clyde's Alaire, and
Is it gonna snow? Is that it?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay, so it's made up snow.
Made up snow.
They got a chance.
No, this is this is the perfect storm.
That's my fucking betting notes. Perfect storm. Quote
This is the
unquote.
perfect storm.
Literally.
It has to happen.
A fucking tornado needs to come right through the middle of the stadium, take Patrick Mahomes, and then they play the game.
And then the Browns win.
Tornado-like winds would be
Tornado-like
great.
wins.
That would also be great. There's a couple different scenarios, but more than likely a blizzard, possibly a hurricane, one of those.
And everything in between.
Anything where the Chiefs can no longer throw the football, the Browns have a chance. Other than that,
Whatever.
it's not going to happen, but I'll take the Browns. Joe?
I haven't made my mind up yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Browns. I like the 10.5, but it's a game time decision for me.
All right, I'm back on the Chiefs. Let's
Game
go.
time decision.
All right, last one, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Probably, I think, the best game of the weekend.
It's gonna be an absolute shootout, in my opinion.
Saints are
Hammer-
2-0 against
hammer the
Tampa
over.
I
What's
think
the
you.
over?
I'm just saying. When it's,
I
every
think
time,
it's
every time,
54.
every time it's Tampa,
54?
New Orleans,
Or
I've always
52.
told you bet the over.
The last game was 38-3.
I know, but still.
That wouldn't have hit the over.
Okay,
But
well,
just do it principal bet.
yeah, I'm saying because we did studying
He's-
before
but
the
he's
past
not-
matchups have
And
always
he's not
been,
going
like,
to do a
67.
3.
One time out of 2 this year that hit.
What?
That's 50%.
And guess what? That's good. I'll
Flipping
take
a
that.
coin.
Tampa is not going to put up another 3-point game. That's not going to happen.
Do you think Washington's defense is better or the Saints? Who's a better defense?
Washington.
Okay, then it makes sense in my head.
But
Then
you
I'm like,
can't calculate
Tampa
it that
would be
way
better.
because
There's a lot
Washington's
of
offense
differences.
isn't on the field long enough to equate that. Like Drew Brees will take the ball out of or take the air out of the ball a little bit.
Drew Brees knows
He
how to make
fucking
him breathe.
Sucks.
I mean, he had 260 yards. He's in the second round of the playoffs.
He's every game I've watched, he
Remember,
does not look good.
Playoffs is always a different breed.
I'm
though,
glad you
for
brought
people.
that up because we're gonna kind of funnel into it anyways. On the whole, like these old quarterbacks may be the end of their time.
He's getting pushed out.
I'm taking Drew Brees over like 15 of the starting quarterbacks right now.
Oh,
So
in a
I don't know
heartbeat.
why we're talking about even Big Ben. Big Ben's getting tossed in the trash. I get it. He had 4
I'd
picks.
still put him in the trash.
Yeah.
I'd take him over 15 quarterbacks
He's
too,
gonna be a
guys.
great bouncer at a bar.
Take him over Heineke. Take him over. I mean, go through the list. You could take these quarterbacks over so many different. Same thing with Philip Rivers. Same thing. Look at the quarterback situation in so many of these different franchises. You're not going to do better than Big Ben.
But the heart's not there though.
Yeah, he
The heart
just
and head are
seems like
just
he
gone.
doesn't give a fuck.
Draft a quarterback. Let him learn under these guys. But they're
Then they
not.
should have done that 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
would you take
they're
Big
too
Ben
late.
over Tua?
Would I take Big Ben over Tua? No. I would
No.
take Tua.
Okay. Would
He's
you
fucking
Oh,
young.
okay, but are we
you
talking
take
this,
Big Ben over
like
Cam?
this year?
Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Fuck
no,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
You take Big Ben over Sam Darnold?
No.
You take Big Ben over Jalen Hurts or Wentz?
No.
No.
Really? You
No.
guys are
I like both of them.
disrespectful.
I think
Big
the
Ben was
Philly-
11-0.
and they're the worst good team ever.
It's better than a fucking Philadelphia Eagles team who's in shambles.
I think Carson Wentz on the Steelers would have done way better.
I don't know. I don't know, but let's all right.
Predictions.
Predictions on that game.
Tampa Bay can't beat the same team 3 times, and if they do, fuck them.
3.5.
What's the spread? 3.5.
3.5.
Tampa
Uh,
Bay.
Tampa
Yeah, I like
Bay,
the 3.5.
I'll also take that over 52.
Thank you.
But
Thank
we're
you.
we're heading into what I wanted to talk about, which was the old quarterbacks. We'll just dabble on it a little bit. Are they done? Ben, is he
Phillip-
done?
Ben is done. Phillips gonna go
Done.
coach his kids.
Phillips done.
Done.
Phillips done.
Got to be done.
Drew's like there's rumors, but he hasn't said it, right?
I'm gonna say he's 70% done.
Yeah, they got to find a better guy than Taysom.
Okay, I think the end of the season says a lot. If they make a run, I think he's done. If they lose this week, I don't think he goes out that way.
Maybe to a different team.
Drew would never leave.
No, he'll get pushed out.
Oh, so you think
Like,
that
I don't
way?
think
Oh,
who's
Peyton
who's
and
his
him-
replacement?
Not
him
like
and Sean
him.
Payton have been fucking cussing each other out. Have you seen that?
No.
Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston? Who's his replacement?
I would go Jameis. I think he's 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
That's. I mean,
You can fix picks.
you can
You
fix that.
cannot fix not throwing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like the guy can fucking score. So now you just got to reel him in.
He has a fucking arm.
Yeah, he can
Fucking
score.
arm.
Now just take care of the football, baby. Come on, hold it.
It's about being smart.
Sometimes take a sack.
He should.
Run out of bounds.
Yeah.
He won a national championship.
He does have contacts now.
Yeah, he can see now.
He does have
Yeah.
contact, so he can see those guys. And then I want to talk about a little bit of the coaching carousel.
Go for it.
What do you got?
Thank God
Well,
Mr. Peterson's gone.
I think the
Fucking
best
so
coaching,
happy.
the coach available.
So happy that happened.
I think the best coach available. Yeah, Doug Peterson
I'm
is
so fucking happy about
after
that.
what he did in
You
the last
fucking
game.
deserve that.
And like I said in the post, integrity matters. You
I'm
can't just
so happy.
you can't play to not win football games because you'll lose your team, and whoever's coming back
And you'll-
next year, you
you'll
lost
lose your
team,
job.
and now you
Yeah.
lost your job. You lose your team, you lose your job. You lose the locker room, you lose your job.
Yep.
That's what happened. I think the best coach available right now, who's not even available for interviews or in-person interviews, I should say, is Eric Bieniemy, who's
Oh,
the
the
offense
Kansas
coordinator
City?
for the Chiefs. Anyone who's been a part of that gold pot,
Just gotta be smart.
anyone who's been around that team, I'll hire the special teams coordinator as my head coach.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
Interview them all.
If you've been with the Chiefs during this run, I'll hire you.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Obviously, something's going right in there.
They're doing something.
Ball boy, who do you want? Who do you guys want me to hire? I'll hire anyone on that team, anyone who's been around. Like I said, one of the greatest offensive minds. That I think is the best one. And then you got the coach from the 49ers.
He's my favorite.
He's gonna go to the Jets.
Oh, fuck that.
I think Bieniemy is gonna go to the Eagles.
No.
Could be a perfect fit for
Salah
Jalen.
to the fucking Chargers, man.
I would love it.
That'd be
Chargers.
gross. That'd be gross.
Dude, they get Derwin James back next year. The
It'd be
most dominant
gross.
defense.
Who
They're
did the
gonna get-
Chargers just interview? Jason
Everyone in sight.
Garrett.
No.
They interviewed
Yeah.
Jason.
Total Chargers
did.
move. Total fucking perfect opportunity. Let's fuck it up. No, perfect.
we got this
opportunity.
perfect team. Let's make them.
You know who I think's the first? Speaking of Jason Garrett, you know who thinks the first year head coach that could get fired, should have gotten fired but won't? Mike McCarthy.
Oh,
It's
the
terrible.
Cowboys, he's a horrible coach.
Terrible.
awful.
You lost your
Horrible
coach, I
coach.
get it, but they looked bad before that.
I liked it.
He made a
going into
great
it.
defense.
It was a great signing. I agreed with it.
I wanted the Browns to get him. I did.
I like.
I hate that guy.
I'm so glad that they didn't.
I just
fucking
think
hate that
he has a very his brain. The way his brain works is really.
if you win a Super
It's
Bowl
either
in
really
the
good
NFL,
or really bad.
I'll
But no,
take
when
you.
it's I'm saying when it's good, it's a different breed. Like he's a different breed when it's on.
Yeah, but there's a lot of questions to be answered. But I think, like I said, Robert Saleh to the Jets, Bieniemy to the Eagles. Jacksonville, did they fire their coach? He's gone, right?
Yeah.
Doug Marrone.
No, they parted ways.
That was right after I swear to God the game was over. It said parted ways.
Yeah,
Jason
parted ways.
Garrett, Yeah.
That guy's a good fucking coach.
Oh yeah.
He took that team to the AFC Championship like 3 years ago.
Then
Yeah, well, they
then
had a
traded, then
great-
they traded everyone in sight.
They had the Rams defense. That's
Yeah.
why.
They
They
did.
had
Jalen Ramsey,
Dante.
Fowler.
we don't have him no more though.
No, but I'm just saying like
That's who
No.
they had. They had a stacked defense. Their whole secondary
They
was
had
unbelievable.
Miles Jack. He's a fucking beast. God, feel bad for that guy. He's like buried.
All right, and then let's finish. Let's be short. National championship, obviously, huge disappointment. I think
What a
we
letdown.
all.
Told
I
ya.
hoped, but I
told ya.
expected. I understood. I knew Alabama was that good. I didn't know how good Devontae Smith was until I saw him just fry every piece. You know who's really regretting right now their
32.
decision?
32.
No,
32 should never
no, Tough Portland.
played
Stop.
the game.
20. Warner,
Both.
worst football player I've ever seen
Should
in my
put their
entire life.
helmets together with tape and put them in the trash can.
Sean Wade, he was a
Call it
first
alive.
round draft pick going into this year.
He
He
played.
could have went to the draft.
He played the best he fucking could because he
He-
had 4 white guys out there trying to guard 3 people at one time. What do you do?
He got lit up. He was jogging. You know, they kept running that screen where they like the flat route where they would motion and then bring him back and then
And
bring him back
Our
again.
guys would shoot the gap like it's a fucking run play.
And Sean Wade was just jogging and they got beat to the corner. I think it was 3 different touchdowns. They did that same thing and then they just rolled him out, threw a little quick out route, and no one was there. But it was Sean Wade every time, half-assing it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know they're going to do it. They did it 600 times in a row.
I predict
I
that
think-
game perfect.
I was
think
so frustrated. We're playing so soft. I've never seen our defense coordinator play 50 yards off.
Who is that old white guy? Every time they showed him, I'm like,
Hold like
I fucking hate this guy.
Dude, he's
I
normally
fucking hate that guy.
he's normally
playing a
unbelievable.
4-4 defense. I'm hoping in my brain, this is how I've calculated it, that Tagataya, whatever the guy that couldn't play, the D tackle,
defensive nose guard technically.
with him in the game, you only have to have 3 linebackers. He would have dominated the run, but because he wasn't playing, they had to play that fucking
fucks
other
your whole
white
scheme.
guy.
It fucks your whole
And
scheme.
then they couldn't cover Devontae. That's what happened. They just committed to the run. They're like, all right, they're going to beat us on the pass.
Yeah.
And
It's
they did. And they fucking did.
It was sad. It was a
Explain.
blowout. Bucks will be back. The Tide will be back. Let's just hope we get a little switch up in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
Maybe get a 6 or 8 team like your blog said. 6 is good, but 8's better. Give us something new because I want to see that switch up. I want to see someone new that we haven't seen. I'm tired of seeing the same four teams, or 3, I should say, with a switch up on the 4 sometimes. So
We need
there's a lot of
non-power
answers.
5. Non-power 5. We need a letdown.
A
We need
guaranteed bid. You know what they need is a guaranteed bid. If anyone goes undefeated,
you get the 4 spot.
yeah, and if
That's
there's
how it
multiple
should
teams,
be.
then you just got to pick one.
Yeah, it should be because I'm sick of seeing Notre Dame lose.
by millions of points.
And people are comparing Notre Dame's loss to Ohio State. You know how much of a loser you have to be to compare your loss to another team's fucking loss? Like, yeah, we didn't lose by that much.
One
we
in
didn't
the
lose.
fucking
You
steamrolled.
fucking lost.
one in the
Steamrolled.
same. Oklahoma and Notre Dame. Same thing. They keep making that appearance at
I don't
4,
get it.
and they keep getting slammed off the stage.
Like, how do you brag about losing? Like, at least, we only let them score 31 because you held the fucking ball the whole game. You ran 1 yard, then fucking Ian Book would run over,
Well,
wait 20 seconds, get the play, run to the huddle. You would hike with 1 second left. I
Pick.
mean, look how long
And-
Alabama had the ball.
And when it was a blowout from the first quarter, teams tend to slow it down. You just want to now just end the game.
Just get
The
your trophy.
Browns at the end of the Buckeyes at the end of the first quarter, I think it was 7-7, and then it was 14-14,
and you're not
and then it
hiding
was
your playbook.
21-17.
But the playbook's open now, right? It's a national
You ran
championship.
everything.
There's no more film. It's
Yeah.
over. Against fucking Notre Dame, they probably used 20% of their playbook. How many of those
If
plays
that.
did you see against
If that.
Ohio State? I never seen any of those plays. They're amazing.
That's how they do it.
Dude, Devontae on the
That's how
fake,
you
on the
fucking
play
win.
action fake reverse. That's the
Yeah.
coolest fucking play I've ever seen.
Oh.
That was beautiful.
They let it ride. They really did. But to be honest, I hear you saying they had an open playbook, but they really didn't have to do that much. It was like screen pass, 5-yard out, dump down, this, that. We were playing so far off. It was a guaranteed 15 yards every time. It didn't matter.
32 and number 20 have cement in their fucking feet.
32, Tough Borland. He's a good football player. Number 20 is one of the worst linebackers I've seen start a game at Ohio State.
Why did he play?
He's the leading tackler for Ohio State. Don't ask me how. Maybe he just had a bad game, but he's looked bad all year. Trey Sermon's getting hurt in the first.
That killed us.
Done.
That was
Killed
the rest
us.
in peace.
That was like, it was over.
But our producer's telling us we need to wrap it up. So any last thoughts, except for go Browns?
Fuck Alabama. And
Go
the
Rams.
SEC. Go Rams.
One day we'll have our last laughs.
Haha, Seahawks.
Boom.
Bitches.
Thanks for giving us a listen, bros. Smash that like button. Subscribe to never miss a podcast of the Average Bros. And with that, good night and good gambling.